It is the 5th night of Hanukkah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is our story for this evening for Kaylin, Alyssa, Stephen, Jonathan, and Tori, and anyone else who wants to listen to the story. Tonight's story is The Complete Guide to Hanukkah. It seems like a guide, and it is sort of a guide, but there's a story at the beginning. This is by Susan Fisher-Weiss. The story of Hanukkah. A long time ago, the land of Israel was ruled by a cruel tyrant from Syria named Antiochus. He wanted all the people of the land to worship him and his Greek gods. This wicked king outlawed Judaism, Shabbat, and Torah study. He set up idols in the temple and made forbidden sacrifices. One day, a Syrian soldier came to the town of Modain with a statue of Antiochus. He wanted all the Jews to worship this idol. Mattathias, a Jewish leader, smashed the idol and said, "All who want to fight for the Lord, follow me." And this is how the revolt began. Mattathias and his 5 sons led the fight against Antiochus and his army. Judah, the strongest son, was nicknamed Maccabee, which means hammer. Succeeding his father, Judah became the leader of the freedom fighters, who came to be known as the Maccabees. After 3 years, the Maccabees were victorious and freed the city of Jerusalem. Here's the picture. They cleaned out the temple and prepared to rededicate it, but they needed pure oil for the menorah. The Talmud tells us that they found enough oil for only 1 day. Miraculously, it lasted for 8 days. Each year, on the 25th day of Kislev, we commemorate the rededication of the temple and the miracle of the light by celebrating Hanukkah and lighting candles for 8 days. Now this book is kind of cool because it has the Hebrew word and dreidel and what it is. There's dreidel, gelt, and Hanukkah, and latke, and menorah, and the shemas, and it shows you how to light the candles. And then it says the blessings, which I'm not going to read tonight. And there's a song, which we're not going to sing tonight. That's okay. And then the story of the dreidel. The legend has it that the game of dreidel was developed in Eastern Europe hundreds of years ago, when the Jews were forbidden to study Torah. They used a game of dreidel as a decoy for studying. Sneaky. They pretended to be playing and gambling, but were actually praying and learning. Today we are free to study whenever we want, and dreidels are just a fun game of chance. And there's the explanation of how to play dreidel, and a recipe for latkes, and the letters for the dreidel, which in the United States it says it's Yod He Vav He, which is a great miracle happened there, and in Israel it's a great miracle happened here. So that's our story for tonight, The Complete Guide to Hanukkah, and we have more trivia questions, yay! So, question 6. Where does the name Hanukkah first appear? A, the Book of Maccabees, B, the Talmud, C, the Encyclopedia Judaica, never mind, and D, in the sky next to Surrender Dorothy.
A.
B, that's right, B, very good, the Talmud. The Talmud was written a few hundred years after the Book of Maccabees. Very good. Okay, 7. How did the Greeks get involved with Hanukkah? A, Alexander the Great conquered much of the known world, including Judea. B, Greeks conquered Judea in the Trojan War. C, Hercules wrestled with Goliath and won. D, Solomon married the Queen of Sheba, whose lineage was Greek.
Definitely C.
C, Okay, and it's A. Alexander the Great conquered much of the known world, including Judea in the 4th century BC, following his death at the age of 33. His empire split apart after years of struggle among Greek Gentiles. Syria began ruling the land of Israel. Interesting, isn't it? Syria, eh? Okay, question 8. Alexander the Great permitted Jews to continue to observe their religion. What did Simon the Just, the Jewish high priest, promise in return? A, that he would build a giant statue to span the harbor. B, that ouzo would be served at all festivals. C, that all baby boys born that year would be named Alexander. Or D, that he would meet a pieman coming down the lane.
B?
C, that's right.
C, what?
That all baby boys born that year would be named Alexander. Isn't that something? He was pretty self-centered.
I said a blessing, not a... Okay.
9. In the years following Alexander's death, many Jews embraced the Greek customs, language, and ideas. These people were known as whom? A, Trojans, B, Hellenists, C, Grecophiles, or D, wise men?
D?
B, very good, Hellenists.
Getting these all wrong.
That's okay, this is how we learn. And the last question for the night, the Maccabees, number 10, the Maccabees rebelled against their rulers, the Greek Syrians, according to tradition, from which biblical figure does the lineage of Greece descend? A, Methuselah, B, Noah, C, Ezekiel, or D, Alexander the Great?
I'm not even going to try.
You're not going to try? You're not going to try?
B!
Very good. Noah, through his son, Japhet, who had 7 sons, Yavan, Greece, was the 4th. So, there you go. There is our Hanukkah trivia for the night, written by Jeannie Miller-Helderman and Nancy Calkins. Thank you very much, Jeannie and Nancy. We appreciate, or Jeannie and Nancy, Jeannie and Mary. We appreciate your efforts in this book. We really enjoy it. Okay, so that's the Hanukkah trivia and the complete guide to Hanukkah. And it was wonderful spending the 5th night of Hanukkah with you. Good night.